Honorable participants of the workshop, let me present the result of our research on the topic Machine Learning of the Classifier of Osses of Social Network Messages, carried out by the group of scholars of Lviv Polytechnic National University and Cherkasy State Technological University. Today, monitoring is an information technology for providing decision-making process with information about the properties of objects by organizing, observation, and processing the result. The application of intelligent monitoring technologies in the environment involved the solution of a number of specific problems, in particular of the classification of the authors of printed messages posted on social network. The content of the classes and the list of classification features are determined by monitoring task. The purpose of the work is to study the processes related to the grouping of the authors of messages in social network. The result will make it possible to develop a technology for identifying authors with common characteristics, in particular the troll group, whose activities are hostile to Ukraine. The task of classifying text messages, the both of which implement a joint program of influence on users of social network, must be solved. The problem is formalized as follows. Given 1. A list of classes of text messages whose authors share a common cognitive representation. 2. Program agents classifiers of text of the monitoring information system. It is necessary to solve the problem of classification of authors of printed messages from a social network by constructing a decision of rule in the form of a classifier model. It is known that language is a cognitive reflection of personality properties. Therefore, a number of hypotheses were put forward. Hypothesis 1, hypothesis 2, hypothesis 3, and hypothesis 4. An experiment was conducted to test the proposed hypothesis. The subject of research was printed messages on the Facebook social network as a cognitive reflection of the properties of their authors. For this, 5 classes of text were formed by experts, the authors of which had things of common properties. The classification result are presented in Table 1. The virtual robot built an intelligent monitoring agents which determined the similarity of the author of each new message in the social network to authors belonging to one of the classes described in Table 1. The monitoring agent synthesized a safe rule that ensures the fulfillment of its agent task. The assessment of whether a new messages belongs to a given class. The decision rule was built in the form of a classifier model by means of machine learning using the multi-level algorithm of the method of group consideration of arguments. The messages from the social network is divided into separate sections of the window and transformed into an array of numeric characteristics using the method of profiled construction of the primary description. The observation point in the multi-profile feature space built in the form of a vector of numeric characteristic or a line on the two-determinational space of the primary description of the text messages. The array of input data was built on the basis of primary description of text messages. Table 2 shows a fragment of the array of input data. For machine learning of the model, the agent chooses the multi-level GUA algorithm as the most suitable. In figure 1 show a fragment of the polynomial classifier model. As a result of the test, the classifier was found to be similar to the author Q2, QR4 authors of 7 messages from class 2, what are difference? Out of 8 messages of this class, 1 authors of the messages which the code K3 PPA 30 belonging to classes 3 connoisseurs of true history, and 1 author of messages with the code K4PP48, which belonged to class 4 separatists of Morushko. Table 3 shows the text of these messages. According to the results of the classification of the text messages used for texting, the classifier model can be assumed that the authors of messages K2, KR4, K2, KR7, K2, KR1, K2, KR2, K2, KR5, K2, KR6, K2, KR8, K3, PPA30, K4, PPA8 are similar. The authors of messages K1, P13, K2, K10, K5, ZP2 do not belong to the classes similar to the standard. Conclusions of research. Experimental confirmation of the hypothesis about the possibility of using cognitive mapping of the author's properties in his messages from social network makes it possible to obtain effective tools for conducting information warfare in a virtual environment. Thank you for attention.